Hello, everyone. When I made a post on Monday concerning cholesterol in eggs not being bad for you, I expected this question, and I am so happy that someone wrote to me via email asking that if he or she is diagnosed with high blood pressure and they also have high LDL, do I mean that eating eggs cannot cause any more damage to that hypertensive patient? So I will keep this person anonymous, but I want to appreciate the person for asking this very important question. I expected more of the question, okay? Now, the simple, direct, straightforward answer to this question is no. Eating eggs would not cause you any further damage as a hypertensive patient with high LDL cholesterol, okay? Now, let me explain the reason behind my answer. The cholesterol you eat from your food does not equate the cholesterol that you measure at the hospital, okay? There is no correlation between dietary cholesterol and blood cholesterol, okay? So maybe if you are hearing this for the first time, there is something we call blood cholesterol, which is what you measure at the hospital. And you also have dietary cholesterol. So, cholesterol you eat from eggs, we call that dietary cholesterol. There is no correlation between the two, okay? This means that the cholesterol you get from your diet is not the exact amount of cholesterol that would end up in your blood, okay? What determines your blood cholesterol is the amount of fats, carbohydrates, nutrients that are contained in your entire diet and not just what you eat, except if you just eat an egg only, okay? But what determines your total cholesterol level in your blood is determined by the amounts of fats, protein, carbohydrates, etc., that are contained in your meal, in your entire diet, okay? So I have this graphic here for you just to give you a visual representation of what I'm talking about. So let's assume this one egg has 7 balls of dietary cholesterol. You can see the balls here, okay? So let's assume one egg has 7 balls of dietary cholesterol. It does not mean that when you eat that egg, automatically in your blood, you would now have 7 balls of cholesterol. It does not work that way. This 7 balls of cholesterol in this egg, you eat your egg, it will have to digest, right? Go through the stomach and your small intestine and your large intestine and, absorption, ingestion, everything that has to happen in a normal digestion process, okay? Before your small intestine then sends actual blood cholesterol to the liver, okay? And I had to use a different color. So here I used yellow color representing dietary cholesterol, and here you can see that it's brown, okay? So this is just to show you that the 7 balls of cholesterol contained in egg does not equate blood cholesterol, okay? So it has to be digested and then absorbed before it then gets into your liver, okay? Now let's talk about a hypertensive patient, okay? You were not born a hypertensive patient like I usually say. It's because of bad lifestyle, other people because of tragedies that have happened in their lives that cause them to be hypertensive patients. But I would work with somebody being hypertensive because of unhealthy eating patterns in the past, okay? So you weren't born hypertensive, but because of your lifestyle, your sugar, your carbohydrates, your processed foods, your fried foods, you don't fast, you're taking sodas, your vegetable oil, everything together over a period of decades, okay? All these things would lead to inflammation of your blood vessel, okay? And I have this little black stroke to represent the damage that is being done to this particular blood vessel, okay? Now, this is where the damage starts, okay? Over the decades, your blood vessel begins to get injured, okay? This is where it actually begins from, okay? Now, you have your liver. Let's talk about this HDL and LDL marker that we use to determine whether a cholesterol is good or bad. Now, the cholesterol that your liver gets that moves away from your blood vessel into your liver, we call that HDL, okay? And the cholesterol that your liver would send out to your body system for it to be used for repair. Cholesterol is one of those things that your body needs to produce new cells and tissues for regeneration. Okay, so the cholesterol that your body would release for that purpose of healing, we call it LDL. Cholesterol is just a ball, okay? The protein that is going to carry this cholesterol into your liver, we call it high density lipoprotein, which is HDL. So HDL simply means that it's going into the liver, and then the protein, the bus that would carry cholesterol from the liver, we call it low density lipoprotein. So it's coming out of the liver into the blood. So we got this whole idea of cholesterol being good or bad, HDL being good because it's moving from the blood into the liver. We say, okay, my total blood cholesterol is now reducing, so that means that HDL cholesterol should be good. And when your liver wants to send out cholesterol into your body, because cholesterol is now moving from the liver into the bloodstream, we say, oh, I don't want cholesterol in my blood, so LDL should be bad cholesterol, okay? That's not the case, but this is how we view it. HDL meaning good cholesterol it doesn't mean that it's actually good. It just means that that protein, that lipoprotein is going into the liver. And LDL simply means that your liver is releasing cholesterol for repair purposes, okay? So as a hypertensive patient, your blood vessel is getting damaged because of all the things that you have been doing with your life and your eating pattern. Okay, so what does your liver do? You have to fix this area, right? You have to fix this injured part of the blood vessel. So your liver is going to release some cholesterol using LDL lipoprotein, okay, to go and fix this injured blood vessel, okay? Now you can see this LDL cholesterol is actually big. It's fluffy. That's how it should be. LDL should be big and fluffy. Now, LDL is supposed to go, this is 6 LDL lipoproteins, 6 cholesterols from your liver passing through the blood vessel, because it has to pass through the blood vessel, okay? It has to pass through the blood. The blood is a transporter. So this LDL, it's supposed to go and form new blood vessel tissue, okay? It's supposed to go and fix this particular blood vessel so that you wouldn't have issues as a hypertensive patient, okay? Now, this space represents this blood vessel being damaged, okay? So I just drew this to show you a visual representation of what I mean, okay? So this particular blood vessel is damaged. Now, as it's moving, you can see this LDL is too big to get stuck inside this small hole, okay, which is the injury that you have on this blood vessel. LDL is big and it's fluffy. It's too big to get stuck. So it just moves freely, and then it creates new cells that would then heal this broken part of your blood vessel, okay? However, when LDL is moving in the blood, it then comes in contact with oxidative stress, which is this red ball right here. It comes in contact with oxidative stress, blood sugar, inflammation, everything that causes you damage. LDL is met with it in the blood vessel. And what happens is that it attacks this LDL cholesterol. Okay, and when it attacks it, it makes it very, very, very small like this. So what happens is that instead of LDL to move as it's supposed to move, it becomes so small. It becomes so small that it gets stuck. So you have this little LDL balls will then begin to get stuck in this blood vessel that is injured, okay? While the ones that were not attacked, they will just continue moving, passing through the blood vessel to go do what they are supposed to do, okay? But the LDL that has been attacked by blood sugar and oxidative stress and all the carbohydrates and sodas that you eat, they shrink, okay? And they become very, very tiny and they get stuck. And calcium, you have minerals also moving through your blood. So many things move through your blood. That's what your blood is for. It's for transportation of minerals and nutrients and, cholesterol, all the things. So you have calcium let me use a different marker for calcium. So let me represent calcium with green. So you have calcium is also moving in the blood, right? And it comes in contact with this LDL and it hardens it. It makes it very, very hard. So what happens is over time, over the decades, you now have what we call plaque formation. Okay, so what happens is you now have calcium, because plaque is not just cholesterol. Plaque is a combination of things which include cholesterol being one of them, LDL cholesterol being one of them, your calcium is one of them, fibrin is one of them. So it makes it hard. Okay, and this is what we refer to as plaque whenever we talk about plaquing in hypertensive patients. And this is what increases the blood pressure. And when you examine a blood vessel like this and you see that, okay, cholesterol is what is being stuck in here alongside calcium and fibrin, we call this plaque. Atherosclerosis increases hypertension, and then it said, cholesterol is what caused this plaquing to form. Okay, so this is really what goes on in your body system when we talk about cholesterol and plaquing, eggs, hypertension, etc. Okay, so I have questions for you. Did egg cause this plaquing? Was it egg that caused this plaquing to form? The simple answer to this is no. Egg didn't cause this plaquing to form, because first of all, egg, the cholesterol that you find in egg has to turn into blood cholesterol. Okay, and that is dependent on other things that you eat. Okay, and not just your egg alone. Okay, so that's one of the things. And also, egg did not cause LDL to shrink and get stuck. Okay, remember, the only reason why cholesterol got stuck in this inflamed blood vessel is because it shrunk. And what caused it to shrink? Oxidative stress, blood sugar, inflammation, etc. Okay, egg wasn't the culprit that caused LDL to shrink. All right, so number two, was it LDL's fault that cholesterol got stuck? Are we going to blame LDL that is simply doing its job by getting cholesterol out of the liver into the blood vessel to do what it's supposed to do? Are we going to blame LDL? No, it's also not LDL's fault. Okay, LDL is not bad. LDL is simply a transportation means. LDL is simply what is going to carry cholesterol from the blood and take it to other parts of the body. Okay, not that LDL is bad in itself. Okay, so what should you do instead? What exactly causes damage? It seems to me, and it is very clear, that you should focus on the things that actually damage your cholesterol, because honestly, whether you like it or not, you would always have cholesterol in your body. Okay, you would always have cholesterol in your body. Your liver would produce regardless of what you eat or not. So when it gets to this stage and your liver says, you haven't eaten enough cholesterol today, I'm going to produce more. Okay, or when you do it, your liver will say, okay, we have enough, no need to produce so much today. Regardless of what you eat, your blood cholesterol will be taken care of by your liver. Okay, so what exactly is causing this damage of cholesterol showing up at the danger zone is actually what you are eating. This unhealthy eating pattern is what is damaging your LDL cholesterol as it is moving. Okay, this is the real culprit, because everything would have been fine if this red ball that represents blood sugar and inflammation and oxidative stress did not show up. Okay, so when you take a blood test and you see that your blood cholesterol is high, it's not entirely a bad thing. You should watch out for other markers, which include your blood sugar, your triglycerides, the size of your LDL. Okay, even when you take a blood test and it says your LDL is high, you should be able to tell from your blood test about the size of your LDL. Okay, that is what determines whether that LDL is then good or bad for you. Okay, so we have to focus on other things and not just, oh, my cholesterol level is high and oh, my LDL is high. Okay, LDL is simply a transportation medium. Okay, so I encourage you to do your own research on this topic. Research what I've said. Um, Research about cholesterol in eggs and find out things for yourself. I simply just make it easier for you. Okay. And remember to also go back and watch my cholesterol session to know more. I went into details, okay, about cholesterol in my cholesterol live session. So please refer back to it and have more information about it, okay? And as always, if you are still afraid of eating your eggs, there is no problem. I am simply informing you that you can actually eat your eggs in peace. And instead of focusing on egg, focus on the things that will damage the cholesterol that your eggs eventually give you, okay? All right, take care. Bye.